Protect my energy. Protect my energy.
Are we live?
So high. My energy. Do my yoga. Took a shower to cool down. About to roll up. I'm vibing now. Play my music. Dance all over the house in the mirror. Feeling myself. Got my favorite t-shirt on. Wine and candles would give me life. Need some food to feed my soul. Maybe
Welcome. We are live on Wednesdays. We got another beautiful episode of This Is Chestnut Checkers, y'all.
Yes, sir.
I myself, William Alexander, the co-host of such a beautiful event. We also have Kristen Rare Sense Wilson in the building, y'all. This
Hey,
is the
everybody.
main host, the co-host, the queen of this platform. We always pay homage and respect to her. We are now doing music. We got some live music, y'all. And I got to make sure that these young women get the recognition that they deserve. They were at the Philadelphia Doonday Festival. This was just this past Sunday. I think that was the 10th, wasn't it? And they also did
Yeah.
Protect My Energy. They did a bunch of covers, but they have their EP out. You can check it out. They are Queen City. QWNCITI. Make sure y'all check them out. They're on Spotify. They're on Apple Music. They are beautiful spirits making beautiful music. They are empowering the black woman, black community, sisters, young and old, left and to the right. Make sure y'all check out their music. They are very inspirational. We're not talking about dropping bottoms, popping nothing. They speaking about real life
Well,
things.
I'm glad. Look, I'm glad to hear that because I'm
Hey
sick of
man,
hearing about what everybody coochie doing.
hey man, we don't want to hear you burping and farting out here. We're gonna take a moment. This song is called Protect My Energy. This is Queen City. Let's give a moment.
They do be jamming.
clouds. Protect my energy. So high. Coming down.
We are out here rocking out live, y'all. This is Wednesday's Chestnut Checkers. Ready to enjoy ourselves, y'all. We got an interesting week.
We
Interesting
have.
week.
We
We have some
have.
current events, a couple of current events. We got Suge Knight. Now all of a sudden he's part of the Me Too movement. Evident. Listen, Suge, not here. So
Right.
we have Suge that's apparently an FBI informant, and he was part of the RICO and the whole case that got Diddy to where he is today.
The indictments.
Listen,
Here's
man, we
listen,
also
Marion. Okay, Marion has turned from Big Shug to Little Mouse. You know what I'm saying? Like,
mm,
I understand you hate that dude, but
hey man,
is
I
he taking it too far? Do you rat on a nigga just because you don't like him for real? Like, how does that work?
hey man, an eye for an eye. He calls him some life in prison, so you might have to spend that day too. I mean, listen,
That part. That's the absolute part that I'm trying to, look. He might meet him. They might wind up in the same cell, which I think would be hilarious.
that would be some Tom and Jerry stuff, wouldn't it? Oh my gosh.
It absolutely would. It's funny.
Absolutely ridiculous. We also have Simone Biles. What else can we say about that young woman? Class personified is now at the echelon where she's breaking her own margin of records as far as her gymnastics capabilities. We have
Absolutely.
and this woman has broken barriers. She's inventing flips, tricks, maneuvers, capabilities that need her name on it. You're like talking
Yeesh.
about volume 1, volume 1.2.0. She is a monster, and this might be little fact. I think I mentioned it before. First time we
Hmm.
might have a gymnastics team that is fully cultured.
I know. That's
Fully
kind of
cultured. None of
sad
these,
though.
all the listen. I'm trying to tell you, we making magic out here.
Well,
Y'all
that's what
give it
we
up
do.
to this. I gotta say it. Listen, shouts out to Black Girl Magic. Y'all doing y'all thing.
It's real. We
Y'all
be
thugs
sprinkling our little love on everything, and it shines so brightly
making
after
it
that.
look easy out here.
Really and
Trying
truly,
to tell you.
really and truly.
Shouts out to Dominique Dawes. Now that I didn't even think about this. I should have talked to you about this backstage. Now that we're talking
Oh,
about gymnastics, you remember Dominique Dawes from 1996?
I used to put her in my trapper keeper, bro.
Listen,
She was the shit.
man, when she'll tell you
Hmm.
my pillow, that was my crush.
No, she was beautiful. She was
The
athletic. She
first,
was great at what she did on top of it. Like, yeah.
she's part of the first club, and now she's indicted twice into the first club. You ready for this? Real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
This woman was the first woman to do a full pass through and a pass through back. She did two pass throughs in once,
Oh,
and they consider that one
wow.
pass. First time
Yeah.
that's ever been done. First time she was disqualified. Then they had to make it a
Mm,
rule because she was so powerful that she had to finish because she would flip so much further and longer than everybody else.
absolutely. Yeah,
Second
that's
thing upon her
crazy.
retirement, I got to look this up. This is rather interesting. Second thing upon this woman, we're talking about Dominique Dawes, 1996. If y'all don't know about Dominique Dawes, y'all listen. You're not qualified to be on this show. I need y'all. You need to make sure that you're here to get an education, but
Real
don't
talk.
don't don't argue nothing that you're not qualified. Dominique Dawes, she is now partial owner of the Atlanta Falcons.
Good for her. Good for her. Look, they
We
went
going
from one
for it.
great Dominique to the next one. I ain't
We
mad.
going for it.
I ain't mad.
So we
Word.
definitely we definitely have our work cut out for us. We have
Nice.
our black woman doing great things, our powerful leader. Shakari Richardson's now leading up. I think she's number 2 in the world this year in the 100.
Mm,
We got some magic going, y'all.
no, that's
We got
really
the
dope.
USA TFs that or USA Track and Field Championships that are coming on in approximately 2 weeks that are
Two
leading
weeks,
up to the
yep.
Olympics. We got a whole pool of mess happening, but nonetheless, we're getting into it. We're getting into some real important stuff, y'all. Number
Well,
one, it is Father's Day weekend coming up.
happy Father's Day to all my dads, my non-dads, my boy dads, my girl dads, my sperm
No,
donors,
no,
my stepdads,
we're gonna
all
stop.
of it.
I can't even let you listen. I'm gonna follow Cream City and protect my energy. We
Oh
are
no,
not
not the women as fathers. No,
we
the
not
actual
going
fathers who only have girls. That's what a girl
there
dad
you go.
is.
I just had to make sure. You
Yeah,
saw
I'm sorry, you're right.
let's bump it back up. I'm sorry.
No,
We
you're
I ain't
good.
catch your fence too early.
Rest in peace to Mr. Jerry West, the father of the Lakers.
Oh my gosh.
He passed away today. Um,
Man.
many prayers and blessings to his family.
Such a
Um,
successful organization he created.
oh my goodness. And I
Hmm.
mean, changed basketball for real. Like he was definitely making a lane for what basketball is today. And
Absolutely.
I must say, even though I'm from Boston and have always been a Celtics fan, there is one team that I respect overall because of
Hmm.
the Bird and Magic rivalry. It's the Lakers. So
Definitely the Lakers. I mean, I'm not even a fan of the Lakers, but if you come out to Philly, you would swear that Philly is LA. The way that and there's some parts of Jersey too. They get real Lakers ish. You just like, I mean, saltwater is saltwater, but I get it. But step your game up. I mean,
step your game up. It's
but
either
shout
Lakers
out to
or Bulls,
right,
right?
right. Shouts out to them for doing and Jerry West. Our thoughts and prayers are definitely with that family.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But
Um,
we're gonna touch base on something very very peculiar. We don't often talk about it often and really care much about it, honestly.
sadly,
So y'all, we gonna talk about it. We gonna get right into it.
as we should. Um,
Mental
as
health.
Yeah, as a part of Mental Health Month and leading into Father's Day, we
Mhm.
thought it was important to make sure that not only did we talk about mental health, but a fairly overlooked and sadly underdiagnosed community involving men's mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Shaka.
Doc,
Um, Happy Father's Day, Shaka. We appreciate you for stopping in, bro.
blessed to you.
Um, So yeah, like I feel as though, and this of course is from my female perspective, I've never had to live in y'all shoes. Thank God, because I don't know. Like we go through a lot, but y'all go through a lot too. And I think it's sad that um it's not addressed more often.
It's not, and it's unfortunate. I mean, and to be fair, it's not addressed from brother to brother either. I mean, a
Right.
lot of times we take we us as men, we tend to get mad and say, well, you as women are supposed to be there to be my peace. You're supposed to be my this. You're supposed to be my that. But let's be honest, man. We got to be a better example. And if
Oh
you're not
yeah.
able to be peaceful, to introduce yourself as peace to a person, then you can't expect that person to, what I mean, to fall in line. They're going to adjust and adapt.
Absolutely.
And if you ain't
As they
shit,
should.
what do you think they adjusting and adapting to?
Flushing the toilet at that
Yeah,
point, because
we
what are
gotta
we supposed to do with
better.
it?
Let's do a little bit better and make sure that when we're divulging, even even if we're in a relationship, if you find yourself a little bit triggered and you looking at your partner and your spouse and you look like you gritting your teeth so much
Mm,
so you need to make sure you about to crack your shit,
mm,
go to therapy. Go go
please,
go
please.
choose another circle of friends that ain't gonna try something different. This is from man to whatever you think you are.
Mm,
I don't even know what to define most of these people in this society now. But have a
them,
plan. Have a
them,
right, them days. So
them
so
days.
I like to say that, and my first therapist taught me this. Something that's very, very important is to have three, as men, three different things when you're dealing with adversity or you're finding yourself in either an anxious state or you're
Mm,
finding yourself in a depressive state.
okay.
Three things. Oh, before we even do that, by the way, we
Mm,
got some guests in store. And if you feel as though you
yes.
got something to say, we got standards here.
Please
We
let
got
us
we got
know.
we got a young lady right here, and we got myself. I consider myself a little bit of a gentleman.
He's a whole gentleman. Stop saying
Have
little bit.
yourself have yourself the ability to spoke.
Please
That's
and
number
thank
one.
you.
And we're not asking you to be articulate. We're not asking you to act like Martin Luther King or Louis Farrakhan, but have something to
Right.
say.
That
That's
part.
number one. Like we take pride in being able to communicate, and we
Mm-hmm.
hold that to a very high standard. So we are opening this platform to those who want to communicate. Got something to say? You want to speak your piece, but have something of value to say. Nothing is stupid, but don't make it awkward for us. Number
Please and
two,
thank you.
make sure that you just drop your link. We have chestnut checkers out here. We have our own individual page. We got Instagram. We got an email address. We have Facebook. We got TikTok. Make sure you like and subscribe so this way you can send us a message. Ain't but me and excuse me, me and the host out here. We the one that's checking all the messages. We going to
Yeah.
respond back to you and we going to tag you and we going to join you in. Fuck around and find out. Y'all thought this shit was a game. It wasn't a motherfucking game.
And
So number three,
never been a gay. First of
Number
all.
three, when you're able to speak your piece, be able to listen. That's
Mm,
our three rules. They're principled. We don't even have to write this down. They're principled. Hess, what's going on? But with
hey,
that being
yes.
said, we got men's mental health going on. Make sure we got three things to focus on. See, I'm actually keeping notes this time.
I
Three things to
appreciate you. I
focus
got
on.
mine right here too.
Keep on
Oh,
point.
sorry. Happy Father's Day, Hess. We love you, bro.
Happy Father's Day. And to Shaka, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to the fathers that are even just watching and our viewers. Happy Father's Day to my father. Happy
And
Father's Day to my brother. Happy Father's Day to the father of your children. And
yes,
the journey continue with their fatherhood journey. I'm not going to isolate
absolutely.
anybody over another.
Oh, and
Um,
happy Father's Day to my dad. Dad, I love you. Happy
Listen, y'all.
Father's Day to my brothers as well,
Let's
and
do more than
my
barbecue and get
uncle.
socks,
Look, let's really start building together and having these times where
bro.
it's not only us meeting on holidays and funerals. Like, let's,
Demand.
yeah,
Demand your families, y'all. Father's Day is important.
it
Ask
is
for your family, and you ain't got to be the one outside grilling. Have a drunk uncle come and do their job because they probably make the best barbecue anyway. Do their job. Pay them to
absolutely,
shut up.
yeah,
Do
yeah,
their job.
yeah.
So the three things we got three things we got three things to focus on, y'all. Three things that are very important with dealing with men's health. First one, you have to have some sort of physical outlet, and that doesn't
Mm.
mean beating up your neighbor
Or your wife,
or your wife or your sis, or it don't mean
or your
it
kids.
or your kids. We're not asking for abusers out here. Find a
Go play basketball.
physical outlet. That's number
If you
one for
got a
manhood.
punch, go do a cardio boxing class. If go learn
F-
kickboxing
Find a motherfucker that you think you can whoop their ass and
and whoop
tie
their ass
tie some gloves up. So
and
second
get
one,
your ass whooped out here.
you wanna
Have
find a
say he
pass.
grilling. Fuck all of everybody else getting on the
Listen,
grill.
we talk. Second
Running
thing
the
you want
grill.
to do as a man, you want to make sure that you find a passive outlet.
Mm,
Passive outlet deals with the other side of your brain that deals with the arts.
yeah.
The arts are what keep you from war. The arts
Mm,
are what keep you from making decisions that you don't want to make, that your soul wants to do, that you know is unreasonable.
absolutely.
And the last one is find a skill. You want to make sure that you spend a decent amount of time learning something new. It takes 10,000 hours to really master a craft if you're dedicated. If
Mm-hmm.
you commit consistently 10,000 hours, and I could pull up research, I could do all this stuff, but you can ask a person that picks up instruments and dedicates 10,000 hours to instruments and is multiversed in different platforms of entertainment and instrumentation. And not only that, the development of music. You can ask, or you can
Absolutely.
just try to dedicate a certain amount of. Matter of fact, I challenge you to do 10% of 10,000 hours and watch how your craft develops.
Absolutely.
It'll mess you up. So those three things, you want to develop at least 8 hours a day in those three things.
Mm-hmm.
The other
It will
eight
make you
hours,
feel so much better. You will feel so much better.
100%. The other 8 hours you want to spend resting.
Mm,
And then there's another 8 hours that you want to spend focused and grinding like a motherfucker.
correct.
Excuse me. Because that's what we do as men. We grind. We know how to labor. We know how to, exhaust ourselves because that's the only way that we feel comfortable resting.
Right.
You ever notice? Hey, Kristen, real quick. You ever notice that a lazy man never sleeps?
Because he
You
ain't
ever?
got nothing else to
He ain't
do.
got shit to do.
Yeah, yeah.
You ever dealt with somebody that be like, "Oh, I just got insomnia"? No, motherfucker, you're lazy. Go do something.
Because there's shit to be done. And this is, I think, a very huge part of mental health is that as much time as people think they have, you shouldn't have that much time. Like
You shouldn't.
you should be busy. You are a grown up. See, this is people got into that kid phase, right?
Yeah.
And was like, oh, I want to be a grown up because they think that it's being a kid with the ability to stay up late. Like,
Hmm.
no, they told you to stay young because you're supposed to be busy. There is work to do
What in
every
the
day.
Peter Pan do they think is happening out here? Like
I
you
mean,
cannot just grow up and be young. Like you got to earn those stripes.
look, what in the don't you climb trees are y'all doing out here? Don't,
Right, right, right.
We growing
Oh
up. We
shoot!
not
Wait a minute.
Neverland.
Wait a
Mm,
minute. Let me
mm.
let me see who's on here. I just noticed on our back chat. When hopefully we can get her back on here. We had a member of Queen City on here.
Hey, thank you, Queen. Your music is
We got to make sure.
beautiful. Hey, hey, Well Fitness Didi. Who else we
Well,
got in
fitness.
here?
We got T. We got Boo Boo in here. Shouts out to
All
Boo
right.
Boo.
Hey, Boo.
Listen, we out here. We out here having fun. So mental health. So three things again. You want to make sure you have an active activity, which means exhaustion of your aggressive capability. You want a passive one, and you want something that requires your undivided attention and forced labor to a skill set. Those are the
Mhm.
things that will help you deal with your mental health.
Please and thank you.
I'm guilty. If I go too long without practicing those things, guess what you think happens? I spiral out of control.
Me too.
Listen, I
Look,
got straight up ADHD and I ain't afraid to admit it.
I promise you that it has to be the ADHD, right? Because I feel like I told y'all last week how comfortable my bed is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like it's somewhat of a spell. Like if I get up first thing in the morning, even if I ain't
Mm-hmm.
got nothing to do, quote unquote, but I start moving around the house,
Right, right,
I
right.
I got energy. I'm up for the rest of the day. I'm ready to go. If something comes
Mm-hmm.
up, whatever. If I
Mm-hmm.
lay in my bed for 10 minutes too long,
Mm-hmm.
I am in that bitch all
All
day.
day.
Unless my children need something.
You don't get comfortable.
Mm,
Like one of the members, one of the members of Queen City. I literally have to. I mean, we beef. You would swear that we don't know each other the way we know each other. We
hmm
beef, and it's about small things. Number
yeah.
one, get some rest.
Real rest.
Number two, eat.
Vegetables and fruits.
Number three, drink some motherfucking water. And we fight because, again, the idea that I don't have time, I gotta focus, 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 focus. No, this is results. These are results, and these beautiful women are doing their thing. They are capitalizing. They are, at the end of the day, though, you want to have somebody in your corner that can keep that principle
hmm
passive,
Yeah,
active, and keep you labored. So this way, your program management and your project management is to the T,
right. As it should be.
as it should be. And the vacation ain't meant to recover; it's meant to just rest.
And fellas, I understand that the world is a hard place, right? And to all my entrepreneurial, enterprising young men who are out here paying their bills with a video game,
Mm-hmm.
get your money, boo boo. I'm not mad
Paying
at
they
that.
dues.
But hey, Erica, um, please and thank you. Your focus should be more on reality, on your children, on your wife, on your home, not
Mm-hmm.
sitting around for 8 to 10 hours a day when you don't have other things to do, completely focused on the game.
100% fathers, and it is Father's Day. I did graciously submit that platform to Kristen on the Mother's Day, but you
Thank you.
know it's one of those, absolutely, it's one of those things where fathers, if you know you ain't doing the best you can, now is the time to do some introspect, because we're going to talk about some stuff today. We're going to start
Absolutely.
on the 8 o'clock hour. We're really going to dive into this stuff. Y'all think this stuff is always sweet? It's not always
Oh,
sweet. We make it enjoyable.
yeah,
However, we gotta put in the work. Fathers, put in the work.
absolutely.
It,
I
it-
was
and it,
waving and cheesing because my brother just popped in. I love
man,
you, Ruben.
shouts
Happy
out, bro.
Father's
Shouts out.
Day.
Shouts out to Erica.
Yeah,
Oh, we
hey.
got to we got to do a quick shouts out. So what we're doing is that we did everything rather fast. So Instagram decided to say, and I'm gonna exhaust my mental health right now, but I
Please.
tend to talk my shit, and that makes me feel better.
Yay.
So Instagram and Facebook, shouts out to Meta and the incorporation of Meta. They say that we have to do 60 days of a hold. Otherwise, all of this platform would be chestnut checkers. We
Absolutely.
have grinded. No, Kristen has grinded and made sure that I was okay with the grind that she was putting in. Because listen, I was like, "Hey, is this possible that we can do this?" She was like, "Yep, let me find out." Pa, 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 pa.
So
And
hopefully
then it
none of
was
my
done.
coworkers is watching, but I be working at work. Like y'all want to pay me? Yeah.
I ain't
I'm
gonna say the time that she did it. I'm just gonna say I called
gonna
her
tell on
after
myself. I
work
don't care.
hours. I don't give a fuck. I'm just joking. So we were able to come up and conceptualize a lot of stuff, y'all,
Yes.
and it is life. This is what happens when you have somebody a energy that speaks a thing, and then you have an energy that can bring life to a thing.
Mm.
I'm not even qualified for
Isn't
what we're
that what we
doing
would
right
call natural order?
now. Natural freaking order. And I'm not even qualified for some of the stuff that we're getting into right now. And I'm going to preface
Mhm.
this. I am not qualified, but what I am is a friend. And what I
Absolutely.
am is a brother. And what I
Absolutely.
am is a father. And what I am is a lover. And what I am is a worker. And I'm a grown ass man at the end of the day. So with that
Hey,
said, we're going to touch base on a lot of stuff dealing with men's health, men's mental health, just plain old mental health. And we also
Mental
want to
health.
dive in and shouts out again to Queen City for our intro song and also our background music. And shouts out to their EP that dropped just a week ago. Make sure y'all like and subscribe them. They are on Apple Music, QWNCITY. Make sure y'all check them out on Instagram. Like and follow
Ladies,
and
keep
subscribe.
pushing, keep
Listen,
going. Y'all have great talent. We
and
appreciate you.
mhm,
Absolutely.
absolutely. And with that said, let's get right into it. We're going to exhaust a really shitty topic, y'all.
Mm.
Dating. We're going to talk about dating, and we're going to talk about, we gave women they level of love, and we let y'all talk y'all shit. We're going to talk about men's dating and what, and
I,
how it's in and of itself is a frame of cognitive dissonance that you would
can
have
I
no
can I
idea.
read it? Can I read it this
You
time?
enjoy yourself. You enjoy yourself. I yield.
Oh God, because it's hilarious to me. It's hilarious to me, honestly, right? Um, I personally, it's 2024. Yes, about halfway through. I personally am
Yep.
sick to death of the fucking list these bitches is making. And yes, I'm calling them bitches. I know y'all don't like to hear me say it, but who makes a list like this? Right, right, right. So and therefore, I'm pulling it up now. Excuse me, y'all. It's chestnut checkers. Everything be moving on its own pace sometimes, but we here. Young lady, had the nerve, some people are saying, to, create the guidelines. She said, and I quote, $40 ain't enough. Okay. So the minimum a she said nigga, I'm gonna say young man or gentleman should send for breakfast is $80. I'm sorry, $50. For lunch is 80. For gas is 100. Brunch is 150. Dinner is 200. And this is not how much he should spend if he's with you. He should send you if he's offering to pay for these things. Um, Nails, makeup should be 250. Your outfit 300. Your wig install 400. She says $40 is never acceptable in life, and she doesn't understand how all these OnlyFans prostitutes brought the level down to $40 because she has high standards according to everybody I know who's seen what she wrote here on this list.
That motherfucker, first of all, bitch, you 4 years old. Get your motherfucking right.
That part. Oh, I almost choked. Listen, like I said, as a woman, I'm sick of it. I'm going to Applebee's. We could do a 2 for 20. I want to go
Thank
to the
you.
the batting cages. I want to go to the skating rink. I want to go walk around the park. I want to go fishing. I want to go do anything within our budget because I'm the type of woman who does not want to go somewhere that she can't provide for herself.
That's it.
So,
That's it.
men offer to send me things and I decline because usually they're sending you money for something more than what you're using it for.
I'll say it 100 times over. If a man, the first thing a man gives you is their money, that means they're hiding an abusal tactic. I'll say it again. Exactly. Because I got cussed out because after, yup. My,
I'm sorry.
listen, shouts out to those who believe in critique and criticism because I take it. Somebody said when you said say it again, I did not say it again. So I'm gonna say it again.
Say it again.
If you're a man and you lead with money, you are likely an abuser. It's just a matter of what and when you are abusing. You're hiding something.
Absolutely.
The end.
And if
It's
you're a woman and the
inadequacy.
only thing
Hey,
that impresses you is money,
you're a
you are
hoe,
a prostitute, not even just a hoe.
a
You are a
prostitute,
full on
and it doesn't make you wrong.
1099 getting prostitute. It's like,
It don't make you nothing else but what you are. And if you choose to define that thing as good or bad, right or wrong, that is on you. But what that is to any man is an assigned prostitute.
right?
How you feel is it doesn't matter.
Mm-mm.
You breathe life into what is defined.
Correct.
If you want to throw a tantrum, then you a tantrum throwing prostitute. If you want to go ahead and cuss me out, you a mouthy motherfucking prostitute.
Yeah.
If you want to steal from you a thieving motherfucking prostitute. If you want to call your big brothers, you a snitching ass motherfucking prostitute. But nonetheless, it doesn't change the fact you're a prostitute.
Every time.
Currency for your body makes you one thing.
A prostitute. It always has. And that's why I don't understand. Like, I feel like mental health has to do with the state of affairs in society.
Sure.
Right? Because if society is peaceful and operating in a sensical set of standards, then your mental health is going to just be on average better than if society is what we live in now.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it truly is amazing to me. I do my research, right? So I'm looking online and I pull up men's mental health. And the first thing that showed said, and this was from the I think it was the ADAA, which is whatever, it's the doctor's administration for something. 6 million. Okay. There are how many people in this country?
100 million. Over 100 million.
6% of that, 6 million, are undiagnosed men who suffer from depression. Because of that, 4 times more men are successful if they try to control alt delete.
Shit.
4 times more because they don't get help. And I don't know if it's that they're not asking for help or that they are not taken seriously. But I know a lot of times, especially Black men, when they are asking for help, they're treated as a threat.
So what is interesting, my neighbor, I used to live in Southwest, and this is when I was in a relationship with my children's mother.
Okay.
And the neighbor and I, we used to often go out. This is an admitted situation, up until probably recently in the last 2 years, I favored Black and Milds. Not anymore. Maybe never in a blue moon.
Right.
Sometimes ish, ever, if
Right.
not. One of them type things. So
Mhm.
thank God that I don't have to deal with that anymore. You know what I mean? I don't have that problem.
Thank God.
We would sit next door to each other. Like I lived on this house. He lived on the house literally like right next to us. And we would talk about our moments and our situations. And most times I would let him talk because I always felt like, for me, Rosemary, shouts out Sugarfoot.
Hey, baby.
For most
Thank you
part,
for joining.
absolutely. She's such a pleasant spirit. I can't wait to have you on there, Rosemary. You speak some life to me, like kindred spirits right here.
Absolutely.
But what ended up happening, we would talk about, just our experiences. And from what I thought, our experiences were very unique to just being Black men. But what I didn't know is that he didn't lack male presence to have him endure shit that I was either subconsciously taught to endure,
Right.
or was lectured to deal with and handle. So
Yeah.
one day, and I kid you not, and if I could, April, if you can hear me, log your ass on here. That's my baby mom.
Oh,
Log
okay.
your
Hey,
ass
April.
on here and tell this story. We were sitting outside. And she didn't even get time to trip out on me the fact that she found out I smoke weed.
Oh.
Right. I'm outside. I went, and she turned around, was like, hold up, bop, bop. This dude that I would talk to, and like we prayed one day, and I didn't know what he was, going through. He decided he wanted to drop his kids off at mom-in-law's and take out the mom. Because mom, it wasn't that mom was cheating, but mom was pulling the manhood and the masculinity. And I heard him say it.
Right.
I heard this man articulate it. He was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have enough man in me left. Otherwise, I'll become an animal and I'm going to hurt her. And the most that I had to give to him was pray.
It was great advice.
That was the worst fucking advice I could ever give a person.
No, meditation in times of trouble is good advice.
No, I didn't say meditate. I said
I know, but that's what black people do. We equate it to
that
prayer.
that 100%. And it's not
Mhm.
an 80, 90, 95, 90. It was 100% the worst fucking advice I can give to
Yeah.
anybody in a time when they're telling me the truth.
Yeah, yeah.
My responsibility, William, my responsibility is to petition God because I got God's ear. I got the ether's natural plan. You know what I mean? And I'm not
Absolutely.
being arrogant here, but I went through my suffering. I deserve at least a conversation. You know what
Right.
I mean? So what I decided to do, or what I didn't do, was talk to the creator as a man should. Be like, you know what, God, what should I say to this person? So as a result, bow, bow, bow.
Mm,
Had this bullet been like 7 inches or maybe 1 degree, that'd have been my son's skull.
mm.
Three
Damn.
degrees, it would have been my son's half of his skull and my daughter's spine.
Oh my gosh.
Because we was outside, we had no idea what was happening. We just heard bang, bang. It was so loud, we thought it was further down, and it was right next door.
Right.
Third shot, he ended himself. It was done. She comes out holding her head and her jaw, talking about this. He shot me. And at that point, I said I would never in my life get to the point where I cannot find resolve.
That's sad.
If I cannot find resolve, men ain't enough pussy, titties, big lips, edges. I don't know what makes y'all drive yourselves crazy.
Mm-mm.
Lies, pontification, double standard. I don't know.
No.
I can't
So
define it.
I
But
personally, as a former crazy person, right? I personally feel like driving himself crazy started well before the relationship. Like they was
oh,
crazy before
absolutely.
they got there.
Sure,
And
sure.
so, I hate that they went through that as people. I do totally understand how either side can get to where they got.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a firm believer in questioning my own actions in the situations.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish more women were like that.
We have an interesting comment. Rosemary says we also come from a generation. Ooh, excuse me. Jeez, oh man.
Mm,
It's Father's Day weekend, y'all. I just passed the
absolutely.
test. I got 103 out of 100 on one of my tests. I'm out here
Mwah, good
celebrating.
job.
Shouts out to the old fashions.
Cheers,
Um,
baby.
Rosemary says both they are not asking and there aren't enough services cater to mental health for men. This is in regards to mental health. We're on our StreamYard platform at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Men, and I can't say that there's not enough platforms for men. Men have to be willing to go
Yeah.
and be
Six
willing to
six
talk
million.
about their experiences.
Right. And like I said, 6 million undiagnosed cases of depression is a stat
Each what? It's per what?
per
Six
just
million.
men in general.
Okay.
I didn't look up specific races because I
Fair.
feel like mental health is not a race issue.
Mm-hmm.
Mental health is a
It's a
health
cultural
issue.
issue. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a health issue. And I do feel like mental health is just a part of health for men. A lot of times I think the focus on grinding, staying safe, and providing
Mm.
overtakes the idea of actually taking care of yourself.
Mm.
And so when you're not caring for yourself, things tend to fall apart, right?
Mm-hmm.
A couple of years back, I was in a pretty bad place, and my uncle had to explain to me what I now call the emergency airplane method.
Mm.
The idea
I
that
got.
they tell you
I'm.
when you when the mask pops down, you got to put yours on before you can put it on the children, because I know that as an adult, I won't say gender, just as an adult in general, you tend to focus so much on your kids' needs that you forget that you're even there. And then for men, it's when y'all say double standard is something different to me. Double standard is when it's a double heaping. You got a 2 scoop cone instead of 1, right? So for men, that idea of you're focused so hard on your children, providing, protecting, loving, nurturing, you forget you're there, but then everyone else in the house does too. And I hate that I know that the men that I care about walk around the world like ghosts, barely there for the sake of doing what needs to be done. And I really, really hope that we can help people to understand that it's okay to go to the doctor, whether it be mental, physical, dental, ocular, vision. Thank you. But yeah, go take care of yourselves. You know, you hear all these women talking about $80, $200 to get hair and this and that and the third. That's because we're doing self-care though.
Shouts out to Mom Woodard out here.
Oh, hey, mommy. I didn't even see the comment. Thank you for agreeing. Absolutely. I love you, mommy. Tell dad I said happy Father's Day. So yeah, like I really want to kind of let you have it because I don't really know what else to say other than I'm sorry on behalf of the people who ignore y'all struggle.
So I accept that and I receive that, but however, you don't need to feel sorry, or nor do you need to. I will say the apology would be change behavior if you're really apologetic.
Right.
The one thing that I will say that most women that I've experienced have not done or sit down to try to do is listen. Our generation specifically, our generation feels like they've been entitled to all the answers
because we didn't have any growing up. We had to figure it out.
Right. And where my generation, portions of my generation that look like me, they've gone ahead and said, you know what, fuck it. And
we'll make it up.
We went ahead and left the home. We left the structure of home. Most of the women that I know in my generation, even the wild ones, I'm actually about to go to Jamaica and enjoy the wedding of a woman that I thought would never get married.
Oh wow, good for her! Congratulations.
I'm talking about she was like me, and I'm a grown ass man.
Yeah, well, Fitness Didi said, "Listen is a tough skill, bro."
Listen. So the beauty of this is once we become a place when an apology means something, when grace means something, when forgiveness means something, a real man sees that. I'll make sure I emphasize that. A real man, not these boys out here, because they can buy the idea that they don't know.
Right.
They can sell their ignorance. They can buy their ignorance. They can buy their stupidity. They can sell their stupidity. They can do all this stuff. It's called equal exchange out here. And when you put currency, that's the only time shit is equal. I'll say it twice for you.
Absolutely.
Once you put money, that makes everything that you think or feel equal. You remove it, you'll realize that it's never been or it is not. There are things that I just cannot do. I want to do it. I try to do it, but I acknowledge it and I surrender that I need help.
Right.
So my dating process is a little bit different than it was before. It's not like find a girl, freak a girl back in the day. It's not like what are you invested in? What are you interested in? What can you are you close to my weaknesses? Are your strengths my weaknesses?
Right.
And then after I answer that question, I say, are my strengths your weaknesses?
Because they should be. Absolutely.
That's how this works. I'm not dating a person to figure out whether I'm going to fuck them by the end of the night.
See, but there are so many people walking around, and we were just talking about this yesterday, right?
Yeah, we did.
Y'all keep throwing grace at me. And what did I say? Grace. I say grace before I eat. Like, where does that come in? Like, I don't. And I feel like there's a lot of people who feel like I feel because we were never given grace. And the people who did give us grace were either taken away or not available. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
it's a tough hurdle to be out here. Like you said, understanding those qualities within yourself made your dating game change. It made you know how to respond and how to ask for what it is you're looking for, because you know what those weaknesses are and you know what those strengths are.
Absolutely. And with that said, I find it funny, and I try to use most practical things. I mean, we can throw stats all day, and again, shouts out to those who daggone criticize.
Mm.
Shouts out to everybody who thinks that I don't hear what you're saying. We're going to address it all. I had one, and I left my notes. Men
It's okay.
feel like they don't have to hear everything that I have to say. I have a voice too.
Mm-hmm.
Here's
Mm-hmm.
the reality. If you have a man that is governed in foresight and had a mama and a daddy that taught him how to plan, then likely he saw his error before you brought it to him.
Right.
He doesn't want to feel double bad. He's trying to figure out a way to represent the error that he made.
Goodness gracious.
I'm going to read another one. You got to stop finding a reason to know everything. This is what somebody wrote in my inbox. And I'm gonna be clear. No, let me be very clear to you, young lady. No,
we refuse.
I am not gonna stop ascertaining knowledge because your stupid ass just thinks that your edges, your titty, and your ass was enough to keep my attention.
And I got all three, nigga. No.
Take a fucking picture and go about your life. We about grown
Mm-hmm.
man business out here.
Right.
You're
Right.
either an asset or you're a liability. If we don't know, we gonna fuck with you for a minute. But when we find out,
Look, we went over asset and liability a few weeks ago.
that's
You
how
either
that's a real man, and we're not gonna deal with good men or bad men. We're gonna deal with a real human being. They're gonna look like, all right, are you nourishing or are you cantankerous?
oh, cantankerous is a word. God damn.
Are you poison? Are you toxic? Are you something that's not worth
I
even ingesting?
can we cancel toxic? Because it's just been so misused at this point. Like,
I'm here.
okay,
If y'all
look,
want to
cheers
say
to
it,
canceling toxic. Look, if y'all want to cancel the word toxic, put it in the
I will
chat.
be the first man to say I exhibit a lot of toxic masculinity.
Mm-mm.
But if I
You
tell
exhibit
you,
masculinity, sir.
but if
No.
I tell you, I got you. But if I tell you that if you put me in the oven, I'll be the best motherfucking thing you ever had.
First of
We
all,
talked
there's
about it.
way too many things, but we talking about it right now. If we
No,
talking about it right
let's
now,
talk about it.
90% of the women who you would say that to would then take their stupid ass and try to put you in the microwave because they lazy.
And then guess who didn't have another baby? I'm doing
Oh,
great. We're
Jesus.
doing great out here. I'm minding my business. Shouts out to Queen City. Don't wait too
Hey.
long. We got Tiny
Mm.
Elizabeth on our Instagram. We also have, let me see who else. Who else? We have Nate to you. We have Chestnut Checkers, of course. Rare Sense, of course. We got Nate to you and Tiny
Hey.
Elizabeth in the background. Feel free to speak your piece. Now, again, we're going to kind of transition a little bit. I'm kind of taking reins because as men's mental health and Father's Day, I think I got a two for here.
Yeah, you got it.
However, my mental health is like shot to shit.
No, you're doing great.
Nah, we are. We are.
Yeah. Look.
What as a woman, I have a question and I request that you answer honestly, if you can, answer. What is what do you look for when you guys go on a date, right? You meet a person,
Mm,
right? Y'all go
mm,
out.
mm.
We already understand that we're going to do two parts. We understand that physically he is to your liking. You're
Okay. Yeah, because
five
we
11,
there.
right? 5'10",
10,
5'11",
5, 10.
5'10". My
Yep.
man's is 6'3".
Yeah.
He about 230.
Okay.
You talking about the Northeast beard? We're not talking about the what other southern scraps like the Anthony Hamilton that I got. You talking about the Northeast John? Well, we know it for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He takes care of
Mhm.
himself. He's dignified. How
He
do you
got he
vet?
got beard balm and stuff. I got you. Go ahead. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He got a duck lip to make sure to know. You know what I mean? How do you properly vet him to make sure that you are out of operable danger?
I'm going to talk to him until he either gets sick of talking to me or he invites me somewhere. That's first, because niggas don't like to talk, right? They just don't, especially when they spend a lot of time brushing their beard and shit.
Mm.
So, right?
Nourishing a parasitic Hess.
Yeah, right. He hit it. Look, he hit it. He right there with you. But if we get to the dating stage, I think I like we talked about last week. Like I'm watching how the alcohol consumption. I'm watching his table manners, how he cuts his food, how he uses his fork, because that's very important. You don't want to be in a room with people that know which fork is which, and this nigga can't use one for real. And I am going to continue to just watch. Like I'm an observer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And sadly, my observant nature came from a bad place. I
Yeah.
like to talk. I like to talk shit. And the best shit talked is the shit that you watched happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm.
But I'm an observer, so I'm very much so observing, how he handles adversity. Say his food comes wrong. I'm very much observing whether or not his eyes are giving me eye contact.
Yeah.
When the waitress with the BBL walks by, especially.
Ew. What, the ant body?
Out here looking like a bunch of worms from MIB.
Listen.
Anyway, look.
Shouts out the ant bottom bodies out here. The ant bottom bodies. You gotta make sure the 3 syllables. The ant bottom bodies. Y'all the ant bottom bodies out here.
I
Chicken
promise you,
legs,
shouts out. Oh
whole
my
fucking
God.
trash can in the back.
I don't understand how these bitches is walking around shaped like 2 9s, like a P and a 9. Like,
how do you sit down standing up taller than you sit down? Like I don't get it. Like I'm looking up and you sat down. Like what the fuck just happened?
I love it.
Jeez.
But yeah, like for me, it's an observation thing.
Sure.
There are going to be questions. They're going to be more so observations of whether or not he catches my references, because that's important to me. I'm of a certain generation, and our generational group trauma is real. So if you don't, okay, for instance, right? Talking to my son the other day, I think I told you this, right? We was talking about the generational, like the group generational, how we all live the same lives in every generation, right? Like our generation's trauma started with the Lion King, with Mufasa, right? It middled out at Lake Placid, okay? And then it ended at Final Destination 2. I don't know anybody our age who's driving behind a log truck. Not one of us. No. And then from there, we was just grown and living and paying our bills. Look, we was grown and living and paying our fucking bills from that point. Okay. So he stops. So we're in the Walmart parking lot. He stops mid lane. Cars coming. I'm still talking. I don't even realize he's back. You know how you look behind you like this? He back there. Okay. So I get to the car and I'm thinking, I'm opening the trunk. I'm thinking he's right there to put the stuff in the car. He put back there. So I'm like, what the fuck did you do? He gets back to where I'm at. And he's like, what's Lake Placid? I was like, the movie with the lake and the alligator. White. I know I made you watch this movie. I know you know this movie. I didn't fail you on this one.
How old is your son?
Wait. He's 20.
I'm
he's
sorry,
20. No. He's 20. He's 20 years old.
Queen, speak your piece. I'm sorry.
No. I had to think about it. Don't mind me. He's 20 years old though. But there's certain stuff that I know I've watched in the house. And because he's a movie person, we watch movies. So I know he's seen it before. Okay? Pause. He's like Oh no, we watched that. So now I'm confused at how he don't know that we watched the movie that we watched together. He's like, I thought the name of it was Lake Placide. When I looked at the box,
How did you feel, real quick?
I melted in the middle. I didn't know what to like. I'm confounded at the French pronunciation of a lake in upstate New York. I, put your
Where did you learn? No, I didn't want to interrupt. Where did you learn all of a sudden nothing? Like, nigga, like, bro.
because we had it on DVD, so he's seen the box
Lake Placide.
and never probably listened to what we were saying when we was putting it on. And so for whatever reason, he thought it had a French enunciation, and that was all he could say to me was that I just thought that's how it was pronounced, and I was lost.
I am screaming. Shouts out to Instagram, Facebook, StreamYard. We are out here. We have a little bit of wine. We have a little bit of drink. We're out here actually celebrating this Father's Day, y'all.
Hey, happy Father's Day, bro.
Father's Day weekend.
Happy Father's Day,
if you
gentlemen.
know us, folk, we need a week.
Mm-hmm. Look, I'm gonna celebrate you for as long as I celebrate me, because that's only fair.
Mutually. So here's some reality, y'all. Oh boy. I don't even know what to step toes on what you just said. Like, that was a lot. Like, your son does not know.
He thought it was Lake Placide. But what's crazy is he loves Betty White. Like, he grew to be a fan of Betty White because of that movie.
Yikes.
How did you not know? Like, there's just certain things where you look at the idea of who you're, like, when you say, what are you doing to vet these people? It would be something like that.
It's the basic interaction. Like, for me, like, even talking to my kids right now, and I'm thankful that I've taken some time that my kids have seen Coming to America.
Both of them, or just the first one?
No, just the first one. They haven't seen the second one. They've seen Trading Places. My oldest ones have.
Nice.
The movie, like the original Transformers, not Shia LaBeouf. We talk about
Shia. I love Shia,
and I'm not knocking him. Like, that was the dopest like recreation I've ever seen.
Right.
But we talking about the 1980s here.
Yeah, the cartoon.
Well, we talking about Hot Rod and Rodimus Prime, and we talking about Galvatron, and we're talking like the ones that made sense of how, and they had like moral compasses after. You know what I mean? We don't have that anymore. So as a result, we're raising some up. At least I knew back in the day, looking back, that whatever I didn't learn, G.I. Joe taught me.
Because knowing is half the fucking battle.
Half the motherfucking battle.
Oh, God, I love it.
Go and say, I was taught something. These motherfuckers out here today, they not. It's surprising for me to hear a young woman or man say please or thank you. I know what I'm dealing with next by how I cater to you and submit to you as a man, which is just servanthood. If I decide to hold the door and I just see you walking on your phone, I know your age group. I don't give a fuck how smooth you may think. I know your age group.
But what does that type of treatment, like, what does that type of treatment do for your mental health? Because see, this is the difference where women, if we hold the door, somebody's gonna say thank you. So the fact that y'all hold the door for someone and don't get a thank you just automatically.
What does it do to me? It depends on my day. Now, if I'm, and I'll be human, and y'all gonna hear this because it's Father's Day. There's two sides of this bipolarity. There's the humanity, and then there's the predator or the inhumanity.
Jeez.
I'm in predator. You gonna get the fuck you then. Like, the word is fucking thank you, or likely I will gently but wrathfully grab your ass to a reset. Try that shit again. Like, I will take my 5'8". when I told you, and this is Father's Day, I will bet my 5'8", 165 frame on anybody.
Yeah.
Honest to God, if you're talking about chivalry, you're talking about eloquence, you're talking about cordiality, I will bet this 5'8", 165 frame on anybody. I will give you the best date of your motherfucking life.
But you
And
thank you, bitch.
it's not that the assertion is always a relationship. But if
Mm,
you want that entertainment side, I'm the best thing for you. Cause guess what? I don't fucking need you.
right.
Anything that you do is what makes me feel good. I'm safe about my shit. You ain't got worried about nobody coming out and being predator towards you. You ain't got to worry
Right.
about your shit being paid for. I am that type of motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
But what I don't deal with is one thing. And this is one thing that I ask from any woman. I don't deal with disrespect.
You're not supposed to.
People don't know what that means. And there was, and let's be clear, there was one note that said you have to listen to understand, and I'm paraphrasing that.
Mm-hmm.
As a man in mental health, we are asking women to listen more to understand.
Okay.
That is the area that has been the trick on us and the bane of our existence. And it doesn't mean that most, or even if all, my experience shows that the women who I've experienced in my life, they don't listen to understand. They listen to be offensive or they listen to defend.
Mm,
Either way, they'll feel all right.
okay.
This being suffers.
Right.
I go ahead and I take a two-party yoke and I put it on my own shoulders at that point.
Right.
I don't do that anymore. I struggle, but I try not to do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
If you gonna be
Absolutely.
with me, you gonna be with me. If you're not, blessings. I just have to adjust.
Absolutely.
The last thing you ever want to do is have me concretely adjust
Oh, because it's done.
because I don't fucking need you.
See, and that's the
I
silly part
prefer
about
to
it.
have you.
And you've been on different podcast platforms with me
Sure.
when that topic comes up, that idea
Mm-hmm.
that the woman is supposed to need the man. And I
Mm-hmm.
always get a little
Fuck,
upset. I get a
fuck you.
little upset. Because it's like, I don't though. Don't.
Fuck
Don't
no.
need you. I'm doing this right now in real time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing exactly what your wife does, but then I'm also doing what you do. So what do I need you for? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I want you if I want you,
Mm-hmm.
but I
Mm-hmm.
think that idea on the women's side has been taken too far, and it creates a space where men have almost become disposable.
Absolutely. And I don't and again, I don't put it on y'all. And at
Right.
the end of the day, Adam and Eve, the onus was put on Adam. And again, it is 8:34. We're about to put a little tie into this.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the shit, and I'll say this, we're about a minute and 3 seconds, 34, 35. We're about a minute and 3 seconds into our segment. And I'm gonna say something that's you're gonna hate. Men are directly responsible for the demise or the flourishing of any relationship that they're in.
No, I completely agree. I don't hate that. That's true. But
One
that's
hundred
in
percent
in
responsible.
natural order. In the natural order, that's what it is. Yes, I agree.
How you
I guess
feel
the
about
next
that
question
is
I
different.
have, it's not even about a feeling, it's about a thought. So I have a question from
Sure.
that statement.
Mhm.
Um, if that's the case, at what point do the couplers decide that, right? And then also delineate the strengths and weaknesses we talked about before. So if my strength, if I can physically make more money, why is it never okay for the man to physically take care of the home if that's what's needed?
It's not the fact that it's never, it's what's appropriate.
Right. But in this world, the money you have to have 3 times the rent.
So again, it's what's appropriate. If your idea is to be the breadwinner and the gossiper, you're not going to have a successful relationship.
No. My idea would be to
You
be the
cannot
breadwinner and the helpmeet, but the helpmeet to the person who is running the household. Like this is a
absolutely
management
you
job.
you cannot Miss Woodard, I appreciate you. You cannot be the breadwinner and the complainer in the same boat. You cannot do it. So if you're going to complain about doing what you're supposed to do, fuck up out of here.
Right.
That's it. If
Absolutely.
you
Absolutely.
cannot cover, if you have not covered anyone in your life, you are not. And I'll say, I don't give a fuck who you are. You are not qualified if you have never covered a person and made a person feel safe to be vulnerable in their own mistakes.
Right.
You are not qualified to even date, much less be in any relationship.
But see, this is the problem. I feel like why the dating game is Flint water right now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Sure.
the dating game is Flint water because there's so many parasites in the pool. We're not even allowed to go in a regular pool if the chlorine ain't up, so the parasites can't live. But when we jump into this dating pool, we got to deal with algae. We got to deal with leeches. We got to deal with parasites. Like the dating pool looks like the lake street from my house that looks like it's turning people into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like I don't understand how so many people are in the dating pool, but nobody understands that they shouldn't be there. Like people look at me like I'm crazy for being in the house. Yes, I'm 46. Yes, I have 4 children. No, I don't feel like my life is over. No, I have plenty of time. Look, we was talking about favorite TV shows all time. We all watch Family Matters. The grandmother got married at 80.
Whole grandmother. You remember that?
Correct. I
That was
got
the whole
plenty of
story.
time. Look, I got plenty of time. I'm not out here rushing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and wifey said the dating game's like the fucking
Hey,
Hudson River. It's
Lavani.
horrible.
Hey, Lavani, you got about 1 minute to extend your 20 minutes. Send your information. We'll go ahead and send your link. We're going to
Oh, I
send you a
got you.
link. Come on, bring your little ass up here, Lavani. You did for the past 6 episodes.
That's my
Bring
boo
it over
right
here. Let me know
there.
who you are. Listen, y'all. Um, it's the 80s is a fine time. We got Instagram on here. We got Twillerin that said 80 is a fine time to get married. Says the person that
Facts.
desires marriage. This is a person that
Well,
desires marriage that doesn't shouts out 80
and
80
see,
is a fine time to get married. When you're
I
done doing what it
honestly,
is that single life does, then go ahead and
right.
get married. That's
Here's
all.
the thing, right? Here's the thing. I honestly was checked by one of my single, never been married friends a little while back for saying things like this because they're mad. And mind you, my friends are usually within a 10-year range, right? So they're my age. And they're mad, like, yo, you know you had all of that already. So you can't say somebody else wants to wait till 80 and be cool with that. And I look at that and I say, but you're bringing that lament and that regret into the dating game and making the dating game bitter. You the lemon juice in the dating game right now because the reality
You the
is
constipated shit that ended up hitting the toilet when I decided to go out and find somebody, motherfucker.
that pot. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm happy with myself, which is why I'm in the dating game.
Yeah, yeah.
So many people are in the dating game looking for someone else to make them happy. And that is a mental health issue.
You and let's and thank you for putting us back on
Mhm.
track. You searching for self-fulfillment in another person, like my beautiful,
It's
beautiful
sick.
queen is a co-host said, it is a mental health issue. Wholesomeness is definitely required. And it doesn't
Mm,
mean that you have it all together, y'all.
nope, because I damn sure don't. My
I
shit is in
damn sure
separate
don't.
locations. It's not
My
all
shit,
together.
planets. We talking about planets out this motherfucker.
Planets, planes, dimensions. Yeah, my shit is
This
everywhere.
same
It's
this
not
same
all together.
human that y'all think knows what he thinks he
Mm.
knows, and I will take confidence. I'm confident only in the 14% that I do know about the life that I thought I lived.
I love it.
But I fucking know that 14% like it ain't nobody's business. And it's like I know everything the way I know that 14%.
Well, see, here's where
That
why
other
it's like you know
86%,
everything.
I don't
It's
know.
out there.
We out here.
It's out there. Look,
But I'm
here's the
confident
thing,
enough
babe.
of my 14 to enjoy it.
I do feel as though like your confidence, the amount of confidence you show in your 14% is why people think you know everything because you're so confident about it.
You
And
motherfucking right.
but wait,
Sorry.
there's a part B because people who usually have your level of confidence take it and they blanket it over everything they don't know. So now they're just loud and wrong 86% of the fucking time.
That part right there. The once you start flipping that coin, fellas, you know you wrong. You're wrong. If you
Mhm.
gotta start flipping the coin, you wrong 99% of the time.
Yeah,
Y'all hear these
absolutely.
motherfuckers back here? You heard them, right? Fuck
Look,
these
my
cats.
kids is in here making noise too. Don't
Fuck
worry
these
about it.
cats. Listen.
Look, my
But
pet snake is pissed off on me because I sprayed it by accident, and so he's
I
jumping around.
encourage men, fathers, learn how to ask questions. Learn how to answer questions. Learn how to do that.
You almost made me spill my drink on myself,
Sorry.
nigga. But look, say it again. Learn
Learn how
learn
to
how to
ask.
answer some goddamn questions.
Learn how to ask them. Learn how to answer them.
Learn.
And guess
Oh.
what? The truth may be unfavorable
And ladies, that
in the
goes
moment.
for you too. Learn how to ask and answer questions. Okay, so take it from me. Men don't want to be asked a question that sounds like an accusation. I am notorious for asking questions that plainly sounds like a statement and constantly in finding myself saying, no, that was a question. I'm not asking it the right way.
Or no, that's not what I meant.
Right. That means you're not giving it the way it's meant to be heard, and then you have to back up. But once we get to the no, that's not what I meant, or no, I'm asking a question, you women take that too far and say that it's men's problem that they don't know how to answer the question when in fact you didn't ask a fucking question. You accused them of something.
It becomes interrogation at that point.
And who wants to be interrogated outside of Suge Knight? Because we know he Mickey Mouse now.
Suge Knight then got Diddy. He said, I got my shit.
I got it back. He took away my check. Look.
With that said, we're gonna talk about some stuff. Men.
Wellness fitness. Dee said from her experience, especially narcissists don't like to be questioned, so it's hard to get answers. Dating is so taboo nowadays. Why is dating taboo?
So I'll be very clear. And y'all not gonna like half the shit I say. But if you define me as a good man, this is the platform where you get to see the ingredients.
Oh,
So when you're saying that men don't like to be questioned, I'm gonna be 100%. Men don't like to be questioned, but a good man will answer your questions.
he'll validate
Good
you.
men,
Absolutely.
they are. Thank you. They are willing and capable. They are able. Yes, there are other genres, and I don't even know what to call these people. There are genres and cultures of people who can or may pontificate their abilities to.
Right.
But a good man answers the motherfucking questions, no matter how uncomfortable they are. And a just man expects those questions so that he's ready to answer them because he's put in the motherfucking work.
Did you say a just man?
A just man.
Okay. I'm just making sure what you said. I thought we're not saying
Uh,
adjacent, right? We're not
no,
saying
no, no.
adjacent man.
A good man,
A good
again,
man.
a
A
good man
just
is
man.
different. Is much what you see today. The people that are trying.
Would a synonym be a righteous man?
No,
Okay.
of
Just
just.
yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. A righteous man and a just man are one and the same.
Okay.
They are definitely synonymous. A just man and a righteous man knows that they're going to trip up,
Facts.
but it doesn't change who the fuck they are.
Agreed.
I'm not going to snap and pop you because I tripped over the sidewalk. I'm going to look at the sidewalk and say, pick up your feet. That's a just and righteous man.
Right. And a just and righteous man is gonna stub his toe 80 million times. And when his wife says, baby, make more space for your feet, he's gonna adjust. He's
Mm,
not gonna take it as an
That's it.
insult.
That's it. They will literally shave the edge of that damn dresser before they offend their wife. That is a righteous man. And it
Yeah,
doesn't make him perfect. The unification makes you perfect.
right,
That righteousness is that he found a way to not offend.
right.
Y'all don't,
And I
folks don't even know how hard it is for a man to naturally not offend somebody.
right.
We got
Yeah.
our dick, our heart, and our mind.
Oh Jesus.
That's what we have now.
Jesus.
Oh, y'all thought I was joking? We gonna go through some
Ooh.
shit. We gonna talk through it all.
No,
Bef-
because I do feel like what you're saying is true. But then when you have that righteous man who can validate and can adjust, women fall into a space where you're getting these lists made, whereas you're being taken advantage of.
well, because you got a whole nother set of tests to deal with.
Hey,
So
Uncle Kevin, happy Father's Day. 1 second,
Kevin
baby.
explained. So you got the character side of a man, and I'm gonna break it down as simply as I can, and as quickly as I can. You have the character side of a man. That's what he gives to the people. Then you have the integral side of the man. It's what his if he's married is what his partner knows. That truth. Or if he's home, how he's practicing to give a better resolve of what you already know. If he's good at
Yeah.
sculpting, then you need to always be crafting something better if your integrity is shitty.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
But see, we talked about rules a little bit earlier. Integrity is not real nowadays. Character is not real in the sense of building.
Mm-hmm.
How many kids do you really know now in 2024 that fall off their bike and have to pick themselves up and wipe themselves off and get back at it?
I can't even find anything through these brittle spirits. I
Yeah.
and the thing about it is I don't entertain them.
But
I
these are the
did.
same
I
these are the
did.
same men. Yeah, you can't, because you'll break it and then you got a whole other problem because there's
Mhm.
warranties and shit in place.
Now I used to entertain the brittle spirits, but I had to learn that number one, William, you have a thing for brittle spirits.
Right.
And number
Right.
two, you don't want a brittle spirit.
Hmm.
That's that one
Right.
spot. The bipolarity, which most of us folk men deal with, is number one, you are in fact a brittle spirit.
Hmm.
The second part is I don't want nobody to meet me like that. So what do you
Right.
do at that point? You learn and you start to just try to do something different.
No, but okay, because I almost
No,
said a
it's not.
word that's not, no, I almost said a word that's not acceptable. I was gonna say the R word and Keith popped up in my head. So
I
listen, a lot of people can't learn. I really do feel like it was better before No Child Left Behind, where there was a special class. Because
every
at least in your community, you knew who couldn't learn.
yeah, I get what you're feeling though. Everybody can learn. It's their capacity to want to.
No, everybody can't learn. Not every,
Abs-
some people have a disability.
doesn't I got a disabled kid,
No,
and he's
right.
a fucking genius.
Mine too. I have one as well. But here's what I'm
Thank you.
saying. Here's what I'm saying. We're talking about mental health and relationships. There are people that shouldn't be in the dating pool, but because they've never been diagnosed with the inability to learn, we have to put up with these brittle souls, as you call them.
Mm. Mm.
And when you say you don't want that, like you said, you try to learn, but there are people out here that are not learning. And so where does that leave you is my question.
So here's my quickest answer to that. That is not my problem.
Whew.
I'd rather be honest with that at this point. It's not my problem.
Right.
If you so
Right.
choose to be ignorant and settle for what you, then dope. The bill stops right there. My service stops right there. I'm not here to prove shit to you. My
Mhm.
service is the amount of time that I feel warranted to what I have in in my account.
Absolutely.
Now, if I choose to take, just like when we were kids and we were young, we used to see our parents turn SpaghettiOs into a 3 week long meal. And you'd be
Mm-hmm.
like, how the fuck we somehow I'm
Sprinkle
still
that
getting
magic.
bigger, but I know I ate SpaghettiOs and that same can that was in the cabinet, that was the last thing mom pulled out. That's
Mm-hmm.
how men survive and operate out here.
No.
Again, I'm not saying your experiences.
No. I just didn't know.
I'm saying what we as men, because again, you consider most women will flock to the available good man. So you
Mm-hmm.
will have 7 women to one man, and his selection is amongst that 7 women. Now you fuck around, all 7 of them women might say, we can work together. And
Okay.
however, his choice is amongst that pool. Whatever he makes is what he breathes life into. And you better be qualified if you want to think that you want to deal with 7 fucking women, two
Right.
fucking women, 3, 4 fucking. I can deal with one.
Are you smart? Because we a lot.
Aside
We a
from my
lot to handle.
daughters, I got one good one.
Yeah, we a lot to handle. So I get it.
Mm-mm. I don't know how other people did it. You talking about concubine? Like, shouts out to that man in jail, R. Kelly, that dealt with 75 adolescents.
No, thank you.
Fucking criminal.
Look, I don't even want to deal with my
I
own in
had,
adolescence. That's
I
crazy.
got 4 daughters. I got 2 daughters, 2
Mm-hmm.
sons. I love my kids, and I pray that they don't see what I'm about to say. But God only knows. Like, fuck them kids. I love them.
Happy Father's Day, bro.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day,
Ooh,
bro.
wee. Ooh, motherfucking we.
Oh, and can I just make the disclaimer real quick? Because we coming up on 9 o'clock, and I don't
Mm.
want it to go down without me saying this, and I'm gonna say it all for the rest of the week. Any of you stupid people come in my inbox or my pages wishing me, a whole grown natural woman, look, a whole grown natural woman, a happy Father's Day because I'm a single parent. You will be deleted and blocked. And if I know you, I might come hit you in the throat in person, just cuz. Like, and what is the point of that? This is why men's mental health is so foul, because y'all fouling it up. Like, I be blowing my whistle and throwing my flag. Cause y'all, why do we wish women a happy Father's Day? What is happening?
Men, and we're gonna wrap this up. It is 8:55. It's 5 minutes before the hour of 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 10 o'clock Central Time, and I believe we at about 11 o'clock Pacific Time. We encourage y'all to continue to reach out. We are at Chestnut Checkers. If you can,
Other way.
we have it. Add us on TikTok. That's
Yes.
the same thing as Instagram too. CNC Chestnut Checkers. We also have Facebook Chestnut Checkers. CNC
Mm-hmm.
Chestnut. We got it all, y'all. We got
Add
we
us
are
on Facebook
spending
and
these
Instagram.
last
Follow our
5 minutes
page for
talk.
updates. We're gonna be doing some hopefully soon we got some things in the work where we
Yeah,
might be where
yeah.
you are.
Can I tell
Yes.
them today? We
Yeah.
have a few moments, and we're going to start implementing this. We're going to invite y'all to our exclusive back chat, so this way you guys can add, like, subscribe, and really without any restriction, talk shit with us.
Absolutely.
Because we
Communicate with us without
listen, y'all.
restriction.
We talk so much nonsense, but we try our best to stay very articulate, to stay very sponsored oriented.
Hey.
However, if you follow at Chestnut Checkers on Instagram, we'll be starting. I would say, would you want to start today? You want to do tomorrow, next week, today?
We can start it. Yeah.
All right,
We
we're
got
going
it.
to go live on Instagram Live, y'all, at Chestnut Checkers.
Yeah.
And about 9:03, we will be back there for about 30 minutes,
9:10. Give me
just to
10
really
minutes.
10 minutes. Like, some of us gotta pee. We're gonna
Right.
start talking shit, y'all. We're gonna start
I
giving
can't
beautiful
wait.
moments. We're gonna start giving y'all the real insight about who we are. You're gonna meet this little mongrel right here. And we also have
Hey
Django.
Django.
You
Look,
might
no,
act,
no, don't you call him a mongrel. That's my baby. Happy almost Father's Day, because we know what you're getting into, Django. But listen, he did good this episode.
he did.
We didn't see him really much at all. I'm
He
surprised.
did.
He did
That's out
really
to
good.
listen, come here,
Shout
baby.
out to Django. Thank you, Erica. Of course, we love you, and
Django right
we'll
here.
see you. We'll see you in the back chat. Come on Instagram in a few minutes to the
So come on
Chestnut Checkers
Instagram
page.
at Chestnut Checkers. If you look at it, the same label, if you see a crown that represents the queen, if you represent
Absolutely.
the king, you'll see another crown right there. You'll see us.
Look, the
We are out
royal blue and gold, baby. We out
royal
here.
blue and gold,
We
y'all.
out here. We out here
Christian.
trying to be royalty because we need more examples of it.
Absolutely. So we have Kristen Rare Sons Wilson out here. I am William, aka Scarf Boy, aka the Renaissance Man, aka the Black Magician, aka the Black MacGyver. We have my queen out here. We have Kristen Rare Sons Wilson out here hosting such a beautiful podcast. We have Queen City ending us out again. Like and
Absolutely.
subscribe. They are
I
in.
want to say one more time before we head out. Happy Father's Day, bro.
I
Happy
love you.
Father's Day. I love you too.
Thank you.
Happy Father's Day to all my dads out here who are really putting in the 100% where the 100% is needed, whether you're in the same house with the kids or not. Happy Father's Day. Please, please, please go about taking care of yourselves. Seek help when you do not feel like yourself. And
Go to
make sure
therapy, y'all.
go to therapy. Protect your energy. Thank you to Queen City. Thank you to Rare Sense Incorporated. Thank you to Scarf Symphonies. Thank you to More Water. Thank you for True Artist Productions. Thank you to the Creators Kingdom. Thank you to the Glass of Phoenix. Thank you to Nothing Left to Do But Win. Thank you all for tuning in and being here with us while we
Bring
converse.
music group. More water. We cannot forget more water. Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
y'all. We are
Thank
out
you
here.
so much.
We are out here. We're
Absolutely.
supporting. We are actually getting things done. Again, listen to this as we zone out. This is Queen City. Make sure y'all check them out. Apple, Spotify, Instagram. They are everywhere.
Yes.
Queen City, QWNCITY
TY.
at
Thank
Queen City.
you.
Make sure y'all
Absolutely.
support. Ring Music
Support.
Group. I love y'all. More water. I love y'all. Nothing left to
Absolutely.
do but win. We
We
love
love
y'all.
y'all.
Shouts out, y'all.
Absolutely.
Happy Father's Day to the
Happy
fellas.
Father's Day.
Mothers, be gentle.
Don't know what you got to respond.
40